right, so here's the deal, Jack. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on a little metal detecting adventure. Now, I've actually already gone on it. I've been out most of the day. I did not have much luck until toward the end. Then I found some pretty cool stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit closer to the boat ramp, and then I'm gonna set my stuff up and get some pictures for you and do a little quick wrap up. But in the meantime, let's get to the detection. Most of it took place right up in there. Well, that's where I found the stuff anyway. First 2/3 of the day I didn't do very well, but it ought to be fun. Enjoy. I'll be back with you in just a few minutes. I was just tying the boat off and I looked down. I saw a turtle shell. You can see it now because of course it's muddy, but let's take a look at it. Hopefully it's not too rotten. Ooh, that's a nice one. Yes, sir. That's an old river turtle of some sort, I guess. Must have died this past winter, I suppose. It's starting to lose the scales a little bit. Huh, kind of cute. We'll put it back here. Oh, it kind of stinks too. I guess it's just anaerobic bacteria, but we'll put them back here for somebody else. So maybe we'll put them back here. Maybe a crawdad will make a little house in it. All right, let's get to digging. All right, I've been on the river for most of the day, and I haven't really found a whole lot until I got to here. And hopefully that wind's not going to get you too bad. I'm trying to get you out of the wind. But I'm starting to find a few things, so I thought I'd start at least a short video. Boat tied up there, and I've been working my way up through here, and I actually got a couple of things. And I found this, and I just have to make a video with this one. It's probably not what it looks like, but it is. Well, let me just show you. Got a couple of things in here, and I'll show you them in a minute. But check out this little doodad I just found. What do you make of that? I guess that's just a fishing weight, but yeah, look kind of, well, yeah, that's all it is. I wasn't even going to make a video until I found this thing. It's like I got to make a video of that. I think it's just where they poured a fishing weight, and just, you know, looks kind of weird if you have an imagination. But oh well, let's get back to digging. Water's nice and clear. It gets a little bit cloudy as I move along, but I'll get you a little bit underwater action if we get another good target or two in here. So we have a nice solid signal here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit cloudy because I've been walking around, but that's either probably a fishing sinker, I would guess. Not quite steady enough for a mini ball. I guess I'm not going to put you underwater here, but basically what I do, let me show you real quick. I turn the pinpointer on. See the light comes on, and if you get that close to metal, like the aluminum on the shaft, you can see it starts to beep. So that's what I'm doing when I'm going down. I'm just feeling it for it to vibrate. It beeps too, but I can't really hear it from up here. But it's underwater, I could hear it. But I'm just feeling for the vibration. Wherever it's the most vibrating is where the target is. Got it. Most definitely. Oh, dude, that is 100% lead, but that's actually, I do believe, a fired Civil War bullet. Not exactly 100% on that, but about 95%. It's definitely a fired bullet of some sort, though. It's a nice little signal there. It's kind of jumping around a little bit, but it's definitely not iron. Let's see what we got. Actually, I can see something right there. Looks like an old melted can, probably. Right here. Oh, dude. Well, I thought that was like, it looks like it's melted, like it's a melted aluminum can or something, but there's actually some brassy stuff in there. That's like a brass disc with little holes in it. Ooh. I'm just gonna peel that back. Whatever it is, it's junk. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I wonder if it's part of like a radio or something. It's like copper sheeting in there. It's kind of weird colored. It's got like a rainbow color, but that's definitely a copper piece right there. Kind of sharp too, so I gotta be careful it doesn't cut me. Yeah, all right. I don't know. I'll get a picture of that. If any of you guys know what it is, or can you even take a guess, let me know. Just show you what I'm hunting with today. I got the AT Max, and I have it in 0 program, so I hear some of the iron. But I got the discrimination kicked up to about 13. I might put that up a little bit higher because I don't really need to hear the nails and stuff in here. Anyway, I got a signal right in here. Somewhere. That could be a pull tabby type thing, but it might be a button. I haven't really dug any pull tabs, so let's go ahead and dig that up. Might be able to get you some underwater action on that. Nah, a little too cloudy. The problem is I am working my way upriver. You see the current's coming this way, but what happens is the current comes down, it kind of swirls around along the bank, and you see it's pulling the muddiness back up along there. I'd almost have to work my way downstream, but I think that's going to be a problem too. All right, let's go ahead and oh, dude, check that out. That, my friend, well, I actually know what that is. Do you guys? This is kind of like a little bit of a test for you. That's a copper, like, little plate. And if you look, it's got a whole bunch of nail holes in it. And what that actually is, well, let me show you here real quick. It's the, well, I'll tell you, it's the tip to a boot protector to keep the tip of your boot from rubbing away, especially like the old-timey one. If I just reach down and pick it up. We also call them toe taps. Actually, can't feel. I was hoping I could just feel. Yeah, there it is. And they call them toe taps. And what they do is have a boot like this. Well, not actually, be like a little leather fancy boot or work boot. That would go on the end like that, and that would keep it from wearing out in the very tip like that. And that's where the nails would hold it onto the bottom. Now on the back, you would have what's called a heel plate. And it's basically a horseshoe looking thing that they put on the back. And that would keep your heel from wearing down. Can look just like a horseshoe. And then these went on the front. Pretty good size. Not going to say this is Civil War because they used them up probably, I don't know, into the early 1900s for sure. But they definitely had them during the Civil War. So we might be on a good spot here. I promise you I won't show you all of these, but I have been digging some sinkers today. These are fishing weights. You can tell this is a fairly modern one. I mean, it could be as old as I am, but it's a lead weight. It'll have a number on it. I think it says a half, probably. 7/8. Usually they're like ½ ounce or 1 ounce or whatever. That's how many ounces of lead it is. And that's monofilament line, so it tells me it's not like super old. Now this is an interesting little critter right here. Almost looks like a coin, but I think it's too thin for anything I know. It's definitely not, oh, definitely not silver. It's got a 50 on the back. So that could be 50 pfennings, maybe. Let me try to clean it up. Hold it up just a second. I really can't read it very well because my I can't see up close anymore. That might be a 50 pfenning coin, which would be a German coin. Could be old enough for that. I'll get you a good picture of that in the end. Unfortunately, it's really wasted. The coin's quite smooth. Someone put a hole in the tip of it, probably to run a string through it to wear it like a necklace, or, you know, just so they wouldn't lose it. Huh, that's kind of cool. I can't really say I found one of those in a long time. Maybe not since I was drinking in Germany back in the early 80s. Watching out for the Reds. They're back, aren't they? Probably can't hear this very well because I have the water headphones on and they don't let much sound escape, but it's a lot of iron in here. But I got some squeakiness going on right there underneath that little like it's where those two little logs that come together, this little stick. So I'm gonna put you under. Oh, that looks like some maybe a piece of zinc or something, like off a dry sink. These are like the tops to like little table things, and I think, you know, maybe they get flooded out of houses when, you know, back in the day, that they threw the furniture in the river just to get rid of it. I don't know, but zinc sounds pretty good. So you really need to dig it unless you're just looking for coins, which, you know, if you're in a sandbox or a tot lot or something like that, you can just do that. But when you're looking for relics and other things that have our full range of responses, you really need to dig just about everything that squeaks. And some things that don't squeak if you want cannonballs and muskets and bayonets and stuff like that. Just a few feet from where I found that piece of zinc, I got a really happy sound here. Sounds like it could be a coin. 80. I doubt it's going to be silver, but it could be. That's a nice tight little signal right there. I don't have my face mask on, my little diving mask, otherwise I could see it really well, but I'm kind of looking down through the top. You can see there's lots of reflection, so it's really hard to see. Ah, there it is. It is, I think it's a coin. Oh yeah, so that is a dime. Boy, I wonder if that's silver. Could it be? It's definitely a Roosevelt dime. Got a weird like purple cast to it though. It's probably not going to be silver, but we'll get it cleaned up and we'll get the date off of that pretty easy. Probably goes with that little Fenning light coin that I found. Probably the same age as that. I didn't get you out for this. It's another piece of that zinc, and I won't get any more video of anything like this. But I just want you to see that there is a bunch of this in here. So it's going to slow us down just a little bit. Sounds pretty good, so I'm going to have to dig it all. I haven't really found much in a bit, but I wanted to show you these rocks here. I'm finding quite a few of these. They read around 40, 45, so I don't really have to dig them. But these are some type of slag. I don't know if that's just pure burn coal or what. But it's kind of lightweight, and like I said, it gives a good reading on the metal detector. It also sticks to my gloves, which is kind of weird, so it's kind of rough, almost like pumice. But I found probably half a dozen of these in here, so that tells me it's probably maybe up in here was a house or something at one time, and maybe they burned coal. I'm assuming that's what that's from, but it's definitely some type of waste product from fire. Oh, is that glass? No, that was a piece of glass stuck in it. A waste product from some type of fire or furnace. This nice little piece of lead. It's like some type of, I mean, it's a flat rectangular, kind of thin. Looks almost like it should be some type of tag for something. I don't see where it was holed or bent to make a fishing weight out of it, but yeah, that's kind of a curious little piece. Definitely solid lead. Don't see any writing on it, but we'll take a close look at it. Worked my way up a little bit river here, and now I'm beyond this thing that kind of sticks out, so the water should remain clear because there's current flowing in here. What's happening is the current's flowing past these tree roots and kind of circling back in that little cove right there. So hopefully we'll get to some underwater action starting now. Just dug this. This is a fishing lure, probably like what we call a Rapella. Could be a Rebel, I guess. Those are two name brands. But yeah, so it's a little flip fishing lure. All the hooks are rotted off, but I could always pop a couple treble hooks on there and put it back to use. Probably won't. I want to show you this. You know, I'm using the metal detector, but I'm also looking with my eyes as I'm going along. I'm starting to see some broken glass and stuff like this, so we might be getting close to a dump. Ooh, I know there's almost no chance that's whole, but let's go look at it together. Because there's glass and stuff like this picking up, like I said, we could be moving into an area where there's a dump up through here. So we'll keep our eyes open for bottles. That might be why we're finding all this junk too. It could have washed down from a dump. There's another piece of glass right there. Let's look at that. See how old it is. Let's set that down. Oh yeah, that's not very old at all. Now, as usual, always be careful of this kind of glass right here. This is a fairly modern bottle that has an aluminum lid. So I heard the aluminum, so I was down there digging with my fingers. Now I have cut-proof gloves on, so I'm not really too worried about getting cut by glass, but you definitely want to wear gloves when you're doing this kind of work. And by work, you know what I mean, just goofing off. As you can see, I've worked my way up a good ways now from the boat, just kind of going along the, going along the edge and out maybe about 10 feet back and forth. And I just dug this, which is a nice flat button. So that's gets me a little bit more excited, because that is older. So there could be, you know, if we find a coin from this area, it's going to be like a large cent or something probably. So that's nice. See how the banks are kind of all washed out here. So I'll keep my eyes open up there too, looking for arrowheads and things that might have come out of the bank there. But yeah, that's a good sign right there. A lot better sign than that aluminum cap on the broken bottle. It really is. So I dug that button right down there, and like I said, I'm looking along the bank for anything of interest. I see something interesting right there kind of sticking up. Can you see it? I don't know if it's going to be anything, but it kind of looks like that might be at least a worked piece of stone, if not an entire blade. I'm going to wiggle it and see how much it moves. I don't know about that one. That looks kind of like slate maybe, but so that's probably not a blade of any sort. That's probably just a natural stone. I found been in some areas earlier today that had a lot of this stuff, so I figure that's just a natural piece. Okay, I tell you what I want to do. I'm gonna have to go down and get my boat and bring it up here, I guess, because my battery's about dead. And we'll keep working our way upriver. You can see it looks like we have a nice area here that's going to be easy to detect. So just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave my stuff up here. Almost back to the boat, but as I was walking along, I saw a bottle down here, so I'm going to grab it. I can't see it now, but I know it was right at my feet. Hopefully I can feel it. Here we go. Ready? Oh, that's actually older than I thought it was going to be. Figured it was going to be like a Miller High Life bottle that's from the 70s. That is a some type of soda bottle, but it's kind of pretty green. A big chunk taken out of the bottom of it, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll throw her in the boat. What we'll do is we'll just put her along up to there. There we go. Nice and slow. If I give it a little gas, the back end kind of drops down. So when I'm very shallow, I don't want to do that until I get into a slightly deeper area. I mean, I could hammer it right now, but we don't have that far to go. We can look for more bottles going along here. I'm going to get a little bit deeper. Well, going fast, that'd be no problem at all, but if we're going slow, it sits down a little bit. Metal detector's way up there yet. Alright, if I see something, I'll get you back out. Alright, so we are tied off to the rose bush. So hopefully the boat won't go anywhere. Okay, let's get back at it. Don't forget, we found that flat button right there, so maybe we'll getting into some good old stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the machine on. Zero program. I'm gonna crank the discrimination up because we don't need it really low in here. And see, you got my headphones are plugged in. That's trying to connect to you know, wireless headphones, but we don't need that because I have them plugged in. Okay, maximum sensitivity. Plenty of juice in the batteries right there. Let's go ahead and get to it. And coppery right there. I don't know if that's going to be a button or a snap or a shotgun shell base or what. It's got like, oh, it looks like maybe it had a shank on the back, so it might be a button of some sort. If it has a design on it, I think it's completely gone. Too flat for an eagle button like from the Civil War. It's not domed enough, but that could be another type of button from the Civil War, or just a weird button. I haven't really been getting you out for much underwater stuff because I've been finding a lot of junk, like those aluminum lids and stuff like that from broken bottles. But I'm going to go ahead and take a chance on this one because it sounds a little bit different. I do believe it's going to be under this rock right here, the square rock. Look at the big, looks like a turkey track, but it's probably actually a great blue heron. I'll put you under to look at that, and then we'll come back to this rock and see what's under that. Oh boy, I know what that is. That's a musket ball. Down in that heavy clay. What I'm going to do is I'm looking at it now to see if it looks like it was fired or dropped. You probably couldn't even see it. Because if it was fired, it could have come from across the river. If it's dropped, that means that they were probably camped like right up here on this bank. And I'm going to say that's probably dropped. It looks like it's got the sprue still, that little thing sticking up. That's where it was poured into a mold. And that's where the hole is in the top that you pour the lead into. So yeah, so that's a little musket ball right there. I think it's going to be pre-Civil War because it looks quite crude. So we'll go ahead and slow down a little bit. I mean, that could be the age of that flat button we found back there by the boat. Or it could be older. Very nice. It was down in that thick clay though. Just dug a little 22 bullet there. That's of course a lead bullet. Fairly modern, but really the reason I got you out was to show you some more of that slate-like stuff. Remember, I probably showed you, if I included the clip, a piece of rock that looked kind of like it could have been an Indian arrowhead tool or spear point or something. I think it's just a piece of natural slate. Here's another one of those kind of small, high squeaks. I'm a little bit nervous about getting you out, but let's go ahead and, since that last one was a dud, if I included that clip. All right, let's go ahead and go under. Most excellent. Had another flat button. Looks like it's got some writing on the back at least. Nice big old thick flat button. When I got the pinpointer out, I couldn't hear it. That's why I went crazy and just went ahead and dug it. But yeah, so we're a ways from the boat. Probably, what, 100 yards or so. 130. So this may be related or may not be. Alrighty, look at all the little fishies. Not too sure about this one. That's why I just dug a flat button, but it's just, since it's so close to that, let's go ahead and dig it together. It's kind of like under that big rock right there, or right beside it. So the same situation we did earlier. I'm going to go ahead and fan it a little bit, and then we'll get the pinpointer out. I guess that's a modern split shot, which is a type of fishing sinker. You see it's got like a slice in it and the string's going through that. So that's probably what it is. I mean, it could be like an old small round ball that someone cut with a knife and put the string in there, but because that's really string. I mean, that's not monofilament line, so it's not very modern. And let's see, it was down there in that gray mud, but all right, not the best find. Let's go ahead and see, it might be more. Yeah, okay, it's got some more stuff down in there. It could be another piece of this. Go down and look real quick together since we're here. Yeah, okay, so that's another sinker, and that's probably a much more modern one, or that is a more modern one, so the split shot might have been too. That would have had an eyelet on the top that you could have hooked into, like a little brass eyelet, a copper eyelet. All right, I'll check it again. You know, if there's something else there, I'll dig it, but if it's just sinkers, I'm not going to show you. The bank's really washed out right here, and I got a good signal. I mean, it could be like a big sinker, I'm not sure, but it's really, that's a really nice signal right there. All right, let's dig it together. What do you say? Bit. We'll see if we can hear it with a pinpointer first before we fan it, then we'll fan it. I'm not just really like ripping into it. I could, but you know, I'm taking my time so I don't damage it. A little bit of excitement to look forward to, because it does sound really good, whatever it is. Is that a big piece of lead? Might be a big piece of lead down there. Let's go look. Just a big piece of lead. It's probably no fishing weight. Looks almost, that's a net weight, isn't it? That's what that is. That might be like a really, really old net weight. Or it could just be a fishing weight of some other sort. But yeah, it's heavy. It's a couple ounces probably. Sounded really good. See any coins up in there? I'm looking. Nice little thumpy sound down here. Probably going to be a sinker, but I got you out because there's also a little white bottle over there, but we'll pick that up after this. Go ahead and dig this together. Man, I've dug quite a few of these today. That's like an aluminum lid to a bottle of some sort. Let's check this little guy out. I find lots of pieces in these today. Well, I'll have to admit, I don't find very many four-sided bottles like that. I'll definitely save that one. Probably the same age as this thing now. Thought I had a little cannonball when I first heard this thing, but this looks like a nut of some sort, but look how crude it is. Just really, really crude. So imagine that's probably pretty old. All right, gonna try you on another one here, get some underwater action. Sounds pretty good, although I've been, like I said, I've been digging a lot of junk, so I don't have my hopes too high. Well, that looks like it could be a fired musket ball. Definitely not a sinker. So yeah, that's pretty sure that's going to be a fired one and not melted, but we'll take that. Musket ball, you don't find those every day. At least I don't. That looks like a big old bottle right there. That's a fruit jar, I guess. Canning jar, I'm not sure. Get some of that mud out of there. A little less heavy too. Alright. Yeah, so that's some type of weird big old canning jar. Don't know what kind it is. I don't see any names on it. It looks, I guess it's clear. Almost has like a purplish look too, tinge, but that's a pretty cool one right there. That's probably one of the first ones of those that I found. I don't think it's too terribly old, but we'll take it. I'm gonna set it on this log back here and we'll come get it with a boat. Alright, so we will stick this here and come back and, yeah, it does have like a, oh, it's got bubbles in it. That's cool. Alright, let's keep going. We'll look for some bottles. Hopefully we'll get into some good old Civil War or colonial or anything old, really. I'll keep my eyes open for more bottles. That's where I found that bottle, and I don't see a bottle up here, but I see an old turtle. Let's go ahead and look at him. And so we're here. Come here, Bubby. I won't bother him too much. I'll put you under so you can see. I don't like to bother them too much because the bald eagles eat them. I was on the Shenandoah a couple of years, well, probably 10-15 years ago now. There's a big bald eagle nest up in the tree. You know, the bald eagles are in it and the babies are in it. And underneath the nest, it was just loaded with turtle shells. So he was, that eagle was specialized in turtles about that size. So we're going to leave him alone because we don't want to make him bald eagle food. Well, just dug a wheat penny. Really bad shape. Might be able to get a date off of it, but it's pretty bad shape. But I can see the wheat on the back. She's of wheat. Huh. Turtle. he's looking at that loop. I think he thinks it's another turtle. I think he thinks it's a turtle. Isn't that weird? Come here, Bubby. Look, he's blowing bubbles at it. He's talking to it. I bet he's making a noise of some sort. Isn't that weird? He's really focused on that loop of the metal detector. Well, looks like I got another penny. Pretty bad shape, but it looks like there were some docks in this area. There's a lot of bricks and stuff and bottles, so this is going to be a place to come back to. Maybe look for some coins and other things in the near future. Yeah, what a beautiful day, huh? Wow! So glad I'm out here, not sitting at home. An interesting little copper brass plate. I think it might have writing on it right there, so we'll try to clean that up a little bit, see what it is. Oh yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, we'll get you a picture of that bad boy. I like that one. That could be pretty neat. All right, let's just do a quick little roundup. You've seen most everything, I think, that I found today in the video. Maybe one or two things you missed. I went ahead and kept Old Turtle for the shot. I think it would be kind of neat in the picture there. I think you've seen most of this. You didn't see this. This was toward the end. This is an oar lock. That's for like from a rowboat. I do believe this is some type of electrical thing from the railroad. I found these along the railroads a lot. And lots of other stuff. I don't know what that is. It says member something, member something. I'll get some pictures of those, picture of the buttons, picture of the coins. I still don't know what they are. A few bottles. So we didn't find the most things that we've ever found in one day, but I had a blast. And that's what's really important. I hope you guys had a good time too. All right, let's go ahead, get a couple pictures, and we'll jump in the boat and head back to the ramp and try to get home before dark. We'll see you on the next one, I hope.
Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're